Hi guys, so goodbye 2012, hello 2013. It was a good year. I can strongly say that even though it was a roller coaster of a year, it was a good year. I did some things like, you know, I cut all my hair off, I lost the weight that I did, I got down to a weight that I'm happy with. I'm still sort of, you know, working on that, but it was a good year, despite all the nonsense that happened in the beginning part of the year. I really hope I didn't let you guys down during any part of the year, but it was definitely a year that I think YouTube kind of took off for me, mainly because I've only been on for a year now. Wait, no. 2 years. Shit. I don't even know at this point. It's been a little while. Yeah, but I just wanted to do the best of 2012. I guess we will start. It's going to be quite a long video, I'm just telling you now, and I am going to include things from that I included last year, so you can see if it's like a, you know, a two-time winner. So hopefully this is not too much of a really long video. So what I'm going to do is stop talking now and start talking about products. So skincare. I definitely really, first of all, I just want to talk about Accutane because it's definitely made a difference. I mean, I'm wearing Chanel Vitalumière right now. And that doesn't give a lot of coverage. I'm wearing a little bit of concealer right here, but other than that, like, my skin has basically completely transformed itself. I still have 2 months left, so it's not anywhere near close to being as perfect as it's hopefully going to be, but it's made a huge difference. I have literally, no breakouts anymore. Like, I don't get pimples. And, you know, I probably will at least once or twice in the rest of my life, at least. But, I mean, you guys know what my skin looked like before I started. Over the summer, it was bad, and I had craters on my face, and they were cystic, and they hurt, and they were swollen and painful. But now my skin is completely smooth. I have a little bit of, like, ice pick scarring around my eyes and a little bit in my cheeks, but other than that, it's just discoloration at this point, like, and it's not even that bad anymore. So Accutane has made such a huge difference in my life, and I will continue to update you guys on that. Cleanser wise, throughout most of the year I did use the Cetaphil Gentle Cleanser, but one that I really want to mention in place of that is the CeraVe cleanser. It's a very similar idea. It's very, very soothing, very simple ingredient list. There's not any gross extra additives or any harsh ingredients. There's no fragrance, and it has hyaluronic acid and ceramides. Now, I know cleanser washes down the drain, so putting anything on your face and then rinsing it right off doesn't do very much, but something about it moisturizes your skin if it's dry, keeps it normal if it's normal, and then kind of helps to just control the oil if it's oily. It's very strange, and my nose is running, ew. And I use this when I had oily skin. And so something else I want to mention is I've had all 3 different skin types. Well, I guess 4 technically this year. I had oilier skin in the beginning of the year, and over the summer. Then when I started Accutane, my skin got really dry and combination, and now I have normal skin. So I can talk about, you know, how the product worked in when I had each of those skin types. But this is really good, very gentle, and this one is definitely my choice for the cleanser of the year. We'll do exfoliator, St. Ives Apricot Scrub. I didn't realize how much of a difference exfoliation could make because it would kind of irritate my acne at some times, you know, but I think when you have dry skin or when you have flaky patches from acne, exfoliating is the only way to get all the dead skin off and the dry skin and help any medication or any, you know, product that you're using to help treat those blemishes to get down into the pore and clean it out properly. So definitely exfoliation has made a huge difference in my life, and this one is my exfoliator of choice. It's gentle, smells excellent, inexpensive, and it works. Moisturizer, another CeraVe product, the facial moisturizing lotion. This one is the PM one that you're supposed to use at night. This is just the plain moisturizing lotion. They're the same thing. So I mean, the only difference is the packaging. So this is just, it's sort of like Cetaphil lotion. I don't really like Cetaphil moisturizers for whatever reason, but this is one of the most gentle things you can put on your face. That and Vanna Cream, which I mentioned last year, they're a very similar idea, except this one is specific for the face. The Vanna Cream can be used on the body as well, but this is specifically for the face. And it's excellent. It just hydrates my skin no matter what type of skin I had. It didn't make me oily. It hydrated properly, and it helped control everything, so that's great. Let's see, we'll do some treatment products now. This counts as a treatment. Boots Expert Sensitive Hydrating Eye Cream. Just having an extra moisturizer for your eye area really helps. I mean, it helps me at least because my eyes tend to dry out no matter what type of eye makeup remover I use, whether it be oil-based or like the, well, I don't have it right now, but the Makeup Forever Sense Eyes. That one is not a bad one, but it kind of dries my eyes out a little bit. This will just put the hydration back in and make them not as irritated. This miracle product, the Neutrogena Oil-Free Acne Stress Control 3-in-1 Hydrating Acne Treatment. This has, I don't think this has any alcohol in it at all, to be honest with you. And this is the truth, that most acne products tend to have alcohol in them and now because I guess they think that alcohol is going to dry out the oil, where, you know, it could possibly, but in my experience it's only just dried out my skin and made the blemish really irritated. It's never really actually treated it. The way you're going to treat your acne is through using an exfoliant like a BHA, like salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide. And this one has salicylic acid. It does not dry my skin out at all. It doesn't hydrate it, but it doesn't dry it out. Mario Badescu Drying Cream, something that made a huge difference in my life. It looks like hummus, and I mean it looks like hummus. It smells like Mediterranean lemon chicken or something. But this has zinc oxide in it, which zinc oxide is an ingredient. Thank you to Joshua Collier, however you want to say your name, Josh. It's your name. You can decide how you want it to be pronounced. But since he talked about zinc oxide, I'm like on the hunt to buy everything zinc oxide that's possible. That helps to calm the skin down, help repair the skin. It's also a natural mineral sunscreen. So this really calms down the redness and it dries out pimples when they are on the surface or when they're underneath. But this actually works. Face stuff, oh my gosh, I have so much stuff. This is gonna be long. I'm gonna try and edit it down, but it's gonna be long. Primers. Never before have I actually found a primer that I kind of wanted to use more than once. You know what I mean? There was never one that I used before that would left me like, oh my gosh, is this heaven in a tube on my face? What? No, it's never happened before. And until I discovered these two, I never realized how much difference primer could make. Now, I will tell you, if you have oily skin, the best thing that, in my experience, that you can use to control your oil is milk of magnesia, which is a laxative. You can get it at Walgreens for really cheap, and it's magnesium. I think it's got magnesium sulfate in it, and for whatever reason that controls the oil and kind of calms down any like blemishes you have for whatever reason. Just use a little bit of it on a cotton pad and just kind of pat it on the areas that you need to control the oil and it works. However, for whatever reason it does. The Korres face primer, when I had a little bit of an oilier skin, even though this is supposed to be a moisturizing primer, it did not make me oily at all. It's got vitamin E in it, which is a natural moisturizer. It's silicone free, and I think that's the reason why that it does not make me overly oily, or didn't, because silicones tended to bother my skin and make me a little on the oily side. A very recent purchase, this Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. If you've never felt this, you must feel this. You have to. I save this for special occasions when I need my makeup to last a long time, if I'm like gonna be away from the house all day, or if I'm have like a little event or party or something to go to. This has zinc oxide in it, so it calms the skin down. The silicones just, I've never felt my skin feel as smooth as when I put this on. It's on the creamier side of like a silicone-y primer. If you were to mix like a lotion and Smashbox Photo Finish together, this is what it would feel like. And this just goes on the skin amazingly, and it helps the makeup last so much longer and even out the pores and the skin surface. And it actually is a primer that works. It's expensive as fuck though, but you know, what are you gonna do? Okay. Foundations. This one I've used all year and I've loved all year, and it's actually one that I've actually used a good amount of. The L'Oreal True Match Foundation. I know a lot of people talk about this and I can see why. I think they have 33 shades or something like that, and 3 different undertones: warm, neutral, and cool. And I think the shade ranges from like 0 all the way to like 10 or even beyond. and it just is the most blendable foundation for drugstore wise, at least. It blends beautifully. It's got an SPF 17 sunscreen, and it gives you adequate coverage. I'd say it gives you medium coverage, but you can also build it up ever so slightly. I think it does have a little bit of powder particles in it or something, because it does sort of cling to the skin a little bit more than something emollient would, but that means that it's going to last extra long on the face, and if you have oily skin, this will be definitely a good one to try. It clung to the dry patches a little bit, but it wasn't overly obvious like some foundations can be, so that's good. Chanel Vitalumière Aqua. Super high in alcohol content. A lot of fragrance, but this just looks amazing on the skin. It's not going to give you full coverage or anywhere near it. It's just going to slightly even out any uneven skin tone that you have. And it just, the finish is what you buy this for. You buy this for the finish, for the natural appearance of your face after you put this on. And you buy it because it's luxurious and it makes your skin look damn good. So, you know, you're not going to buy this if you have serious scarring or pigmentation or anything like that. But it's so good. It's so good, even though it's expensive as hell. And then might as well just mention another foundation, Chanel foundation, while I have it out. It's what I'm wearing right now. I tried to wear a lot of products that I'm going to talk about today just so you could see them in action. But Vitalumière, not the Vitalumière Aqua. This one is for a normal to dry skin. It's got moisturizing properties to it. And it's got that glow. I'm wearing a little tiny bit of powder highlighter, but other than that, all the glow is coming from this foundation. And it's not overly oily looking or greasy or shiny. It just gives you that natural, you have, this sounds gross, but you have a little tiny bit of sweat sitting on the surface of your skin and you're just glowing. That's what this foundation will do. Not if you've been running a marathon all day, if you are just have been kind of resting in the sun, which you shouldn't do, by the way. But yeah, for that look, this foundation will do it. The shade range is a bit off though. I'm a 30 in this, but I'm also a 30 in this. This looks like an NC 30. This looks like closer to a 40. So that's strange. Very strange. And then I mentioned it last year, so this is going to be a second runner, or not a second runner up, a 2-time winner, NARS Sheer Glow. This is my glam foundation. If I want to feel good, if I want to look good, if I know I'm gonna look good or I need to look good, this is just the one I put on without thinking about it. So many silicones in here though, so I can't wear this every day, but this just makes your skin look like velvet. It's insanity. Almay TLC, Truly Lasting Color. This is 16-hour wear. I got 18 hours of wear out of this. And it's a drugstore foundation, so it's going to be less expensive than something that's higher end. It comes with a pump, which you do not see very often, and the pump is very good. And the strangest thing about this is 220 neutral. And it is a neutral, very, very beige foundation. But for some reason, whenever you put this on, it blends perfectly with your skin tone. I don't understand how it works. I don't think I want to understand because I like the mystery of it. But it goes on your skin and blends in perfectly and just looks like your skin is naturally beautiful, and then that look stays all day. It smells like rotten peanut butter and paint though, I will tell you that. What I'm wearing right now is the Hourglass Hidden Corrective Concealer. Now this is a semi-recent purchase. I haven't been using this all year, but the reason I'm mentioning this one is because this truly is a concealer stick. It covers, it doesn't accentuate any bad things on your face, it conceals your blemish, and that's it. That's why I like it. So many other concealers, stick concealers that I've used before, they cling to your dry patches. They don't blend. The shade range is way off. The consistency is too stiff. It doesn't go on your face, or, you know, it's always something. But this is the perfect stick concealer. This is like a blemish stick because anytime I had acne or a blemish, I would put this on over it, and it didn't accentuate the fact that I had a blemish. It just covered it and said, the end, I'm done, did my job, I'm leaving. It didn't linger around, you know what I mean? So that's why I like it. But then if you need something to cover up serious blemishes, the only thing that I found, and I've tried a lot this year, you guys, is the Cover FX Cream Foundation. They recently redid their packaging. This is the old packaging, but it's the same product. It's a I think it's like the Total Coverage Cream Foundation or something, and this will cover anything and everything, and I mean everything. This is the only thing that I could count on to cover my blemishes. I like to either, like, if I'm putting on the rest of my makeup, I'll just kind of hold the compact in my hand, because you kind of need to warm it up a little bit, because it's a very, very waxy consistency, or get a blow dryer and blow dry underneath, or I don't know, just warm it up somehow, and then it'll be really, really creamy and easy to put on, but then it sets and it's there for the day. I didn't mention it last year, I mentioned a different one instead, but Milani HD Advanced Concealer. This is my second little clicker pen of this, and this is a highlighter and a concealer all in one, so you just put it on underneath your eyes, around your mouth. I like to put it on the bridge of my nose, and it gives you a little bit of coverage, but it also gives you a little bit of like a highlighted effect. So it really kind of brightens up those areas without using an extreme color corrector where you can often look like Kim Kardashian, which I don't think is a good look. I think if you have, everyone has natural, a little bit of natural shadowing underneath their eyes, and I think that's okay. If you have serious like darkness, you know, you're probably going to be better off using a little bit of a corrector, but this, if you don't have serious under eye bags, is just the right amount of coverage while still highlighting, so that's amazing. And then the one I'm wearing right now is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightener. Same idea, but it is pretty much strictly a highlighter and not so much a concealer. This isn't going to cover so much as the Milani one will, but it does have a little bit of a pink undertone. This is the shade number 2. It's got a little bit of a pink undertone, so it is going to color correct ever so slightly, but it's a great product to have. I definitely recommend everybody get one of these highlighting concealer pens because they make such a huge difference in your look. Trish McEvoy Corrective Brighten Loose Mineral Powder, and the shade is Extra Brightening. A very recent purchase. I purchased this on Cyber Monday, but this is sort of what but took over for my Bobbi Brown Sheer Finish Pale Yellow Pressed Powder, which is in this Bobbi Brown Touch-Up Kit, which is a favorite because it has a concealer, corrector, foundation stick, and the powder. This is what I use to set underneath my eyes. I use a special powder to set underneath my eyes because I find that using regular powder doesn't give me enough correctiveness, but it also tends to settle into my fine lines, whereas something that's really has a little bit of a color to it, but also is a very, not a dry texture, but a very oil absorbing texture, just is what I need underneath my eyes. And so I haven't actually used anything right now with the Trish McEvoy powder. It does the exact same thing, it's just in loose form. I just get a little brush and I set underneath the eyes. And I don't know how much you're going to be able to tell on camera, but I can tell in person. It just lifts the area and sort of makes it look finished and a little bit more airbrushed. Because it does, you know, it does absorb any extra oil that you have from your concealer or otherwise, and it just kind of lifts the area and helps correct it a little bit more. It's amazing. And you know, something like this, it's so pigmented and you get a lot of product and it's loose, so you are going to get a lot of use out of this. So definitely something I recommend to everybody. What I'm wearing right now, Badescu Contour Powder number 1. Perfect amount of gray and brown to give you that nice contoured look that everybody seems to want. I have yet to try a contour cream that I like, but I'd imagine with normal skin I could get away with using a cream now without any issues. So I'm definitely excited about that. Revlon Photo Ready Bronzer. Sort of didn't have this all year, but a great drugstore buy. It's expensive, but it's all matte shades of bronze. And I think this more golden side looks pretty much exactly like Hoola. So yeah, definitely want to check out, even though it is more expensive, it's all matte and it looks like a natural bronze, and so I really enjoy it. The only blush that I wear, essentially, is MAC Desert Rose. It's what I'm wearing right now. I'll put on a little bit more. It just looks like my natural flush, like my skin is naturally flushed, and I'm blushing ever so slightly. It has no shimmer in it, it's not any strange, unusual color, and I find that I just don't get this whole, like, let me have this huge stripe of blush and then contour and highlight. Like, I don't get that, and I don't get, like, everyone's obsession with certain blushes, you know what I mean? This is just a nice natural matte blush that looks exactly like a color that I would flush, and for some reason it works on every single skin tone that I've tried it on. So if that tells you anything, it's one of the gems that I think MAC has to offer. If I have to pick one more blush, and I did, because I did wear this as well, the Sleek blush in, what's this called, Life's a Peach. I like these warmer colors. I don't like pinks. I don't like baby pinks. I don't like cool pinks. I don't like, you know, I like the warm colors that have a little bit more orange or a little bit more of like a rosy kind of color because it works better with my coloring. Highlighter, Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. I don't care if I've only had this for a little while. This is the highlighter of my life. I am going to cherish this forever, and I will repurchase it if I ever run out, but I don't think that I will. This will last me a lifetime. You need the slightest amount. This gives you the most natural highlighted effect I've ever seen out of a product before that has shimmer in it, and it doesn't look noticeable at all. It goes on the skin, looks fab, and you can't even explain it. Two-time winner, Dior Amber Diamond. So many people don't get this, and I understand, like, it's just a shimmering powder, but I'm wearing it right now and it doesn't look like I'm wearing crap, and that's why I like it, because it's invisible on the skin. What more can I say? We'll do a little bit of tool action. Little detail brushes I think are the best when you're trying to conceal blemishes. So we have the Real Techniques detail brush and the e.l.f. professional concealer brush. These are both very tiny, very small, very slim, but when you have blemishes like little acne spots, do not be using some giant ass brush and put concealer all over your entire cheek. Just put it on the area that you need it. Get your cream foundation and get a little brush and just pat it on the area, kind of blend it around and layer it. Do thin layers, and something like this is going to be very directional, and it's going to help conceal your blemish and not any extra crap that could often look a little strange on your face. This was the year of foundation brushes. Foundation brushes and the e.l.f. powder brush. I have two of these babies because I love them so much, and these I think I've mentioned last year, but foundation brushes, I just got into them. These, and then I have this one, and then I have a couple more that are dirty right now, but just foundation brushes, they can do so much. I use this for my highlighter, I use it to help blend concealer, I use it for foundation, and I use it also for under eye concealer. Like, they just do everything, and you know, every brand makes one, so it's not like you're never gonna not have one, so that's great. The Real Techniques stippling brush. I finally got a small stippling brush, and I find that this is really good for cream blush, for using highlighter, and also for some tinted moisturizers and sheer coverage type of products. Definitely stippling brushes are not my favorite thing. I don't see the huge hype about them, but for cream and liquid products that are, you know, not meant to be used for the most part, I'm not going to use full coverage foundation with this. They actually, you know, work really, really well. And then the Sonia Kashuk blending sponge, because I love it. It's dirty, I need to wash it, but this just, I can't even explain how good it looks. I mean, just how when you apply your foundation or whatever with it, it looks amazing. I can't handle it. Okay, so that was the face video. Now I'm going to do eyes and lips and the other one, just so I can only have 2 videos, but I kind of wanted to really dedicate at least one video to face products because that's really what stood out to me this year. So now I'm going to stop filming this one and then start filming the next one. I'll be in the same makeup, same clothes, everything, just split into 2 separate videos. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!